We ask that you please take your seats at this time.
Ladies, gentlemen, and other internet freaks, welcome to the 2025 Best Indie Animations. There were so many excellent pieces I came across last year, but today we will be only awarding 3 winners. From 2D to 3D and everything in between, I want to celebrate the creativity of these digital strangers. Now, before we hop in, I would like to clarify a couple of things. Indie can be a confusing definition. The most literal interpretation is not being affiliated with a publishing company. But that means some huge studios are still technically indie, like Laika, and I mean that's some big dog business. And things that feel like they should fit the category just don't. So because of that, others try to refer to indie as more of a genre, and you see this especially in music, but that just adds to the confusion. So bump all of that. Today, I just want to celebrate the single person or tiny group making animations in their spare time. A lot of these have less than 100 views, so I think they deserve a lot more recognition and appreciation for their work. There are just so many hidden gems on the internet, and I got a knack for finding them, so I'd love to share some with you today. You may also be like, why are you releasing a Best of 2025 video in February? And it's like, first off, I don't like your tone, alright? You come to my YouTube video asking questions like that, it's rude, and it's churlish. And secondly, the flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each person, and yet no one can change it. So for you, it may seem late, but for me, I feel on time. Alright, let's hop into the honorable mentions. Now, let us begin with the honorable mentions.
I said that already.
And the first mention goes to Nightwalk Episode 6, Pop-Ocalypse by Bia Jump Up. This one just has a super creative style, and I love the shot of the car. I mean, look at that thing. It's beautiful. I definitely want to make a car animation just to make a shot like this. I mean, look at the textures. I think it feels kind of tactile and digital at the same time, which is not easy to do, and it's very intriguing the way it's done here. I've watched all the episodes that they've made so far, and it's super weird and creative show, and I've been having a good time with it. I'd love to pick their brain about how they use the textures and how they build out their assets and the environments especially. I would love to hear just sort of their workflow. So keep it up. The next mention goes to Beat Cover by Jacoby234. This one is just so beautiful and free. It's so jazzy too. The high energy visuals kind of remind me of just a crazy night out with the boys, you know? And the storytelling is also really clear, even with all the crazy camera movements and limited frame rate. And that couldn't have been easy because it looks like real watercolor, and planning all those camera shots must have taken a very long time. So props to you for that, Jacoby. Yeah, I'm just in love with this style. It's so cool. And he seems to have quite a distinct style. His animations, at least on YouTube, go back about 5 years. And I had a blast just looking through them and seeing the sort of frantic energy that his line work has. It kind of reminds me of David Stone Martin. He did the art for, I think it was Charlie Parker. Is it Charlie Parker? Let me look that up. Jam Session, I think it's called. Yeah, Charlie Parker. I'll put it on screen. Great work. That's high praise for me. I love that style. That's one of my favorites, so congratulations. The next mention goes to Vitatum by Jan Leonel. This one's weird and fun and just a great style with a lot of potential. I say potential just because of how short it is. I mean, it feels more of like an experiment, but I really think this could be taken in really cool places. This guy seems to mostly upload guitar videos, and I think it makes perfect sense because the sound of this one is really good. It's subtle, which is, I think, what a lot of animators struggle with. I mean, myself included, for sure. And I hope he keeps up with these weird creatures. I feel like he could fill a whole little alien world with these stop motion, scavengers of rain kind of feel to him. Really like it, and keep up the great work. The next mention goes to, there's 9 of these also, we're on 3. Growth, Off the Air by Adult Swim. So this one is just an honorable mentions because it's Adult Swim, so it's just not as indie that I want to showcase today, but there's some amazing artists in here that I highly recommend that you check out. It's how I found the animator Jack Stauber, and he does just some great sort of stop motion multimedia work, and it's a great mix of animators in this show to see and sort of check out and just sort of comb through. And there's some live action in there too, but be warned, it's super bizarre, so have fun looking at that. Here comes another honorable mention. Obelisk, You've Come Back by Lizardmen Inc. Great name. Definitely my favorite name so far. Big fan. This one is cute but somber. I love the character designs. It feels almost like a long lost kids show, but with a surreal melancholy and a childlike whimsy that just really hits. They seem to mostly do more horror type animation, but I think there's a lot of ways to explore with this style. I really hope they pursue it, but that's just my personal taste. If you watch this, do whatever calls to you, my guy.
What's this? Another mention?
Go Outside, Get a Juice by Snail War. This is just going to be a quick one. Look at how cute this one is. Just look. I don't got to say nothing. Just look at how cute. I love the sound design and the style. I love just this dynamic character that fits sort of flat 2D and then pops out 3D. It's totally the way I design characters too, and I love that. So cute, retro, and it's got that vintage crackly CRT kind of texture that really adds to it. So great job, Snail War. Second best name under Lizardmen Inc. Snail War's pretty goated though. Second place on the name. No way, another honorable mention. Vasco Gill Animation Showreel by, well, Vasco Gill. This one, I just wanted to do an honorable mention for because it is a showreel just showing off all his stuff he's made, and this one only has 27 views, and that's criminal because this guy's got some talent and he's definitely one to keep an eye on. Now, because it is a reel, there's a lot of little pieces to chew on, and I was most excited to see Tiny Boxes, which had a trailer like a year ago that I found, and it looks almost like a surreal office animation with a limited color palette, and it's cute but provoking. So I hope they keep working on it, or if it's out and I just can't find it, let me know so I can watch it. And great work. Honorable mention. POV, You're on a Hot Date with Squishy Joe by P. Finney. All caps P. Finney. That's pretty hard. Hold on. P. Finney, he too skinny. Is he a man or a mouse like Minnie? Alright, I'm done. Cut the music off. This one's just super strange. It's a puppet that's made of silicone that steals your date and then tries to blow you up. And it's genuinely funny and a great merging of styles that will feel right at home in a show like Smiling Friends. He's also got a video on how the puppet is built if you're interested in sort of like the behind the scenes of it. I also really appreciate that the creator held a competition to voice the character. I really like that sort of community building, so good on you for that. Congratulations. The last honorable mention goes to Punk Tactics by Lanky MF. This one is so sick. It's a fan animated music video of the song Punk Tactics, and it just matches the vibe of the album art perfectly. It's got great energy, super creative visuals, and it's got that aggression that fits the song just so perfectly. This stuff reminds me of the animations of IMOV Studios, which is another group you should definitely check out. They make crazy stuff with this same kind of bonkers energy, but the animation here brings a new flavor to it. I love the running animation with the baseball bat, and then my favorite is the punching the camera and it cuts to Jesus Christ after. That's crazy. I'm definitely stealing both of those. You definitely cooked with this one, Lanky. You should be proud. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the top 3 awards. The third place award goes to You Gave Me Courage by File 2. There's something just deeply sad about this one. It creates a very grim, lonely atmosphere, but it's still strangely uplifting. The cute and quirky characters remind me of the designs from Psychonauts. It was a Xbox game by Tim Schafer, and it had some just great designs. The character that I love the most is the little Saturn girl. The eyes going around the ring is such an inspired choice. The sound design is simple, but extremely effective. That's something that I struggle with, so I'm very appreciative when it's done in a way that I feel like adds to the work. There's a vulnerability to this work that feels so personal, and I can't quite put my finger on why. It almost feels like a story they lived through. I think the handmade style and color palette add to making it feel like I'm looking into someone's faded memory. This artist File 2 makes their characters look so raw and endearing, and I think it's just the great work of colors and textures. They have such a distinct style and look that really can't be confused with anybody else's, so congratulations, come get your trophy. And now, the second place award. This shall be awarded to
泛泛相生
by Abstwin. Just absolutely gorgeous. Tells the story of Dian, an ancient kingdom of China. And that's about all the info I could find in the description of the video. Dian rose around 300 BCE near Lake Dian, and they were a network of civilizations that existed outside the core dynasties, and that's all I know about it. I will say my minuscule amount of knowledge on the subject was not enough for me to glean any story from the expressive and abstract visuals. But I didn't need any context to appreciate the incredible skill on display here. Truly, the visuals just speak for themselves. There are a bunch of just beautiful techniques on display, great combination of 2D and 3D that just blend pretty seamlessly, which is not always easy to do. It takes a lot of skill and dedication, and you can see that from the opening shot with the detail and color and the light that just jumps off the screen. And the underwater segment is also just so beautiful with the bubbles bouncing off the character's face. It really feels like I'm glimpsing into this mythical world with deep history and emotion that I can't even begin to penetrate. The metaphor and cultural symbols just ooze from every frame, and I can only appreciate its artistry and allow its symbols to connect with me, even with my lack of cultural context, and it's just absolutely beautiful work. Finally, the top spot. The winner of the 2025 Boxy Awards goes to... drumroll please. Ruminant Reviews by Ira Bagnall. I found this animation so unique, simple, and just gorgeous. It's a quiet animation about a cow that slowly travels across the land and reviews the grass she eats. It shows just how far you can go with thoughtful color choices and shapes to create a striking work. The sound is excellent and the concept is cute, unique, and still feels profound. It reminds me of this Romanian animation that I watched, Novocești, especially with these angular line choices, but it also has a almost Minecraft-like isometric twist to it that gives it a style all its own. I think these are the sorts of things that I love to stumble on. Just these creative, unique ideas that feel intimate somehow. And this bad boy only has 35 views, and it's unlisted. And you may be like, Box, how the f*** did you find this if you don't even know the person? Okay, first I was looking at art here, then I clicked on this dude, then I looked at his work, and I was like, ooh, cool music and a funny cow, and bam, found it. So, I'm gonna find weird stuff, I promise you. This piece isn't a technical marvel that showcases a bunch of motion like the previous one, but to me that just serves its narrative even more. It's a humble story just about a cow enjoying his grass, and the visuals have kind of a charming innocence to them that enhances that. It's contemplative and meditative with minimal but excellent writing, and it's able to tell a whole story in just brief reviews. I think there's a push in animation always to have more, but it should be celebrated how effective people can be with less. So there you have it. Those are my awards. I just wanted to promote some people that are doing what they love for the sake of doing it and sharing it with the world, even though they lack the budget or conventional networks to promote their work. Because to me, that's sort of the indie spirit. Hopefully, this brings more eyes to it, but I'm not sure anyone will even watch this video, so there is that. Anyway, my aim is to encourage people to look outside their traditional avenues of entertainment because there's some truly incredible stuff out there, even if you dig just a little bit. If you found something that you feel needs some more eyes on it, drop it in the comments below. Also, don't just use it to promote yourself. Only I'm allowed to do that. Join the Patreon. No, I'm just kidding, but like, subscribe, all the YouTube chicanery, and I hope to see you next time. I'll add some bloopers in the end here because I'm not a gifted orator. I'll just put it that way. And, well, you'll see. All right. Take care. Okay. I'm just going to read through this thing a couple of times. Here we go. Night Walk, number 6. I'm going to have to read it a lot of times. I can't even speak. Night Walk, number 6. Popocalypse. Popocalypse. That's Popocalypse. Come on. I'm so fucking trash at speaking English, though. And I got a speech impediment or something? From the choppers I be cuddling. Hey. Popocalypse. God damn it. Okay. Vitatum. I'm just gonna say them all, man. I don't know. Yan Lionel. Is it Lionel? Leonel?
泛泛香声
Fan fan shan shan. There's no way I'm pronouncing that. Fan fan shan shan. Ah.
泛泛香声
Shang Xiao.
泛泛香声
The fuck does this even mean? Like, I don't even know what it means. Translate. The fuck? I tried. I'm just gonna hold on. I could just mute my own audio and just sound like this young woman.
泛泛香声
Dude, I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius, actually. That's it. Video's over. If you do want some behind the scenes content, I got some over on my Patreon, and I plan to add some more exclusive content and animation tools and tutorials in the future exclusively over there. So check it out if you want a little bit more. All right. Thanks again for watching, and be out.